A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this channeling session, I would be talking about a divine masculine, a masculine who is on his way to divinity. This masculine basically chose his job, his career, and I'm not saying it's wrong to choose job and career, but it was like a choice between the feminine and his job or career, which he said, I would rather go with this. And this is also a masculine who had made some plans with the feminine to get a business started. Okay, so basically when they met each other, when they were trying to figure things out with each other, he thought that it would be really great to start a business with her where, he could study and at the same time he could earn some money. Okay. And the feminine also thought it would be a great idea because she also wanted to do her own business, or she was planning on some business which she talked about him with, and he said that, okay, why don't we do something together? So after they started hanging out or they started talking, the masculine's mind actually changed. Since he's not in his proper energies, he started thinking like, what can I get from her first? If I get something from her, only then I'm going to, give something to her. That kind of a mentality. And mostly he was concerned about the lust aspect of it because he felt that, I should get to get intimate with her. I should spend some fun time with her, this and that. And for that, he became very manipulative. And usually the feminine energy, who's more intuitive, who's more receptive, who is also in the awakening process, in this case, she's also not fully awakened, right? She's also going through the awakening process. So she has the intuition that he is my masculine counterpart and he's the one I love and he's the one I want to be with, he's the one I want to give my energy to and things like that. However, she's also kind of not having full faith and trust and confidence in herself. So when he sort of, both of them play this kind of a dynamic, and when he starts to do this manipulation using love bombing or using many such things like I love you and I'm gonna do business with you and this and that, she starts to believe him and she thinks that, okay, without getting anything concrete in her hand, without him making any proper effort, she's only impressed with the promise. She's impressed with the promise. She's impressed, because he's like saying all these things and he's like, yeah, we want to do this together. So he gives her a very nice plan that we can do it like this, we can do it like that. If you're talking about investments, I'm going to do this. If you talk about the logistics, I'm going to do this. I'm being shown that there could have been a restaurant in the picture. I'm being shown there could be a beauty salon in the picture. I'm being shown there could be something to do with, the what you call it, transformation or makeover sort of a thing also is there. Some kind of communicational makeover is also like teaching people how to fix their speaking style. So he and she, both of them are catering to something which they know is very popular and it would work. So these are all fascinating ideas that he gives to her, all very lucrative ideas, but it's just a verbal plan, okay? He feels that, I want to know her more, or I want to do this with her, I want to do that with her. But at the end, instead of loving her, he starts lusting for her, okay? And because she is not in her healed energies, because the masculine within her is not healed, she gives into it, okay? And then this masculine runs away after getting whatever he wanted from her, using her, basically the right word would be, after using the feminine's innocence, after robbing her from her, that emotion that I'm not good enough. He makes her feel like I'm not good enough, and that too after he gets his way with her. So this is where, she's very hurt, and then she questions him like, when are we going to do this? When are we going to do that? You said this, you said that. He starts feeling that pressure. She also puts that pressure because somehow she also feels that, he was more interested in the lust aspect of it and not the love aspect of it. So as I said, she also has to do her work. She's not confident enough yet. If she was confident enough, first of all, she would not have given in so easily. And secondly, if she was confident enough, she would not have agreed to him without seeing a concrete plan in place. Because he's using the business idea actually to get into her pants, if I have to put it simply, Or he tries to impress her by saying how much he cares for her business idea, how much he cares for whatever she wants to do in life, and this and that. There was a selfish plan even at that time, because he had said to her that I'm not going to do much. You would be the one to run the business. Either I would get the money into it or I will help you set it up, but then you'll be the one to run it properly. So he just wanted someone to do a certain project, a certain business idea, and the investor, whatever money he puts into it, that money would bring in profit, and he knew that she would be a good person for it, She would be able to pull it off because he could see all those things. But as I said, his manipulative mind, his lustful mind, the unhealed masculine that he is, that starts working in, and he does the worst thing that he could have done to her, which obviously gives her a big wound. And later on, when she gets little out of place, out of balance, lack of confidence, feeling scared, feeling used, feeling cheated and things like that, she starts questioning even more. Basically, she starts pestering him more or starts chasing him more. She's very scared, he's going to run away or he's going to go away from me. And in the past also, they have done this runner-chaser dynamic. So she confronts him and she's like, what do you really want to do? Tell me. And to that he goes, I don't care about you as such, I just want to leave from this relationship. This is such an intense relationship. There is so much pressure in it. And maybe he's also feeling that pressure. One more time. And one more time. So he's feeling the pressure, I don't want to be with her, because he doesn't see that she's a confident woman. He sees that she's a codependent woman. And I want to say this as a sisterly advice to all the girls who've gone through this situation in some other way also. Maybe he promised to live in with you. Maybe he promised to take you to his parents. Maybe he promised to get married with you. Maybe he promised to have a child with you. Or maybe he got you pregnant and then ran away. Because that can also be similar energy, And he left you with a child, he left you with a belly and now big belly and he's gone. So all these things that he does to you, these are very nasty things. I don't deny. It's a very big breach of trust, very big betrayal. I totally agree and it's very painful. But at the same time, I would say the feminine needs to show it to him that she does not need him. No matter how horrible the situation is, no matter how worse the situation is, no matter what pain he has put her through, because he runs away thinking that she's a codependent woman who needs him. And at that point in time, maybe he's not even equipped to do that. Maybe whatever money he's talking about investing in that was not there, or he was just over calculating. Maybe when he gets her pregnant, he thinks that, I'll take her to my place and we'll live together. But he finds out that the parents are screaming at him and it's never gonna happen. Or even before he introduces her, some other cousin does the same kind of mistake and he sees that the cousin gets reprimanded, so he doesn't want to be in the same position. Or as I said, some other thing, where he says, okay, I'll marry you, I'll make you meet my parents. And then he gets into a very intimate relationship with her. And later on, he's like, oh my God, my parents are not going to get convinced, or they have some other demands. So he also steps into it half prepared, but he speaks too much about it, He speaks with a lot of confidence, but actually he is, like we say, all gas and no shit, okay? That's the kind of energy he has, all gas and no shit, talking a lot, but he doesn't have much to speak about. He's not independent. He cannot make his own money. He cannot even make his own decisions. He needs the support of parents or some other adult figures or somebody, he needs somebody to get his things done. So a man who's not independent, how can he make any such decision? These are the things which are always there as red flag issues, but the feminine goes by the words and the things he says and she believes him. That's her mistake too. As a queen, if you want to attract a king, you first need to become a queen. And a queen does not believe people that easily. She likes to see, are they really worthy of my time? You know, why should I meet someone? Why should I have even coffee with someone? Forget about doing such a big favor on them. A woman is a very beautiful creation of God, you know. The only problem is that in the times that we live in, a woman is actually downplayed and her actual powers are very downplayed, and she has to be like a servant or a slave to other people, which is not correct. And the queen mentality, one has to create the queen mentality in them so that they get the right respect and they can do the contributional work that they are here to do. Because a real queen does not only think about herself, real queen thinks about other people. She's a selfless service worker, you know, and she doesn't need a man or a woman or anybody for that. She can do it on her own, even if it's a small thing. Every act of service and every act of kindness does not have to be very big in scale, you know. It does not have to have millions of dollars involved into it. In your own space and time and in your own comfort level also you can do a lot of things, okay. So she had been thinking that she needs him. There's a codependent energy because of which I see this running away. But after he runs away, there's a very painful phase that comes in, very, very dark phase that comes into her life. And now, the reason he gives to her is the career, is, you know, I want to finish my this or my that or my career. Basically, to sum it up, he wants to say he doesn't have time for her. He has time for a job, he has time for a business, not for all this drama, okay? But he doesn't want to say the word drama, or he doesn't even want to say that he's running away or he's running away from his commitment. He gave a word to her and now he does not want to fulfill the word. That is what a distorted masculine or a masculine who has not reached divinity would do, okay? So divine masculine, it's not easy to be a divine masculine. If a masculine is divine and he makes a promise and he gives a word, he will make sure that he sticks to it. But this one is not yet divine masculine, so he doesn't stick to it. He runs away from it and he makes an excuse that my career is important, my job is important, I need to shift to another place, I need to focus, I don't have time for you. So before this, he had all the time in the world, okay, to love bombing, to call her, to message her, to video call her, to meet her, to have his own fun time, to, you know, satisfy his lust. He had all the time in the world. But when it came to commitment, he said, I don't have time. So ladies, if anyone of you have gone through this type of a scenario, this channeling is definitely for you. However, after the dark night of the soul, the feminine works on herself. She becomes the queen. She becomes this amazing person who's very nice and who's very independent, and she's forgotten about him, literally. She has moved on from him. She doesn't care about him, okay, whatever he's doing, I don't care, man. I have a life to live, and somebody betrays me, God is going to take care of it. If somebody has used me, because the way he uses her is a lot of manipulation and a lot of pain that she goes through, okay. So for a long time, it's very hard for her to forgive him also. So there is the dark night of the soul goes through that, or takes her through the dark alleys of guilt and shame and unable to accept and unable to let go. But somehow she does it, she manages it, and this channeling is about a masculine. Now it's his turn for the dark night, it's his turn. So whatever he did, like the dark night is teaching him, the job or the career he chose or anything he spoke about, the time and this and that, it's all gonna fall back on him very badly, very hard. The job or the business or the career or anything he made the excuse. And maybe he was not making the excuse. Maybe he really felt that yes, this would be better than doing this time pass or business or anything with the feminine, with this woman, you know. I like this woman, she's very nice. I don't know why I keep going back to her, but I think I've had enough. So this also follows a transaction actually. That's why I mentioned the lust part of it. he satisfies something he gets something from her, then he does this. So that's why it becomes a very negative, very vile thing to do to the feminine. And the feminine also, I would like to say, when we leave all our inner work and we leave everything that we should do, when we don't make ourselves our priority, when we trust people too easily, whether it's the divine masculine or whether it's your husband or it's your boyfriend, it's a family member, it's a business partner, it's a teacher, it's anybody, You can't just trust people so blindly and so easily. They need to show it to you that they are worthy of your time, and he didn't do that. He didn't do that at all. Okay, so now he's getting back his karma, and he's getting back his whatever he did to her, how he hurted her, how he hurt her, sorry, not hurted her, how he hurt her, how he demeaned her, how he condescended her. So he went through the very good punishment for it. If it's not about the business or the job and it's about a karmic, he chose some worldly thing over her, like some other marriage or something, then too he gets it back, he gets it back, like the marriage doesn't work out or the karmic treats him very badly. But in this session, I'm more being like tilted towards the career option. The karmic option is a different person. Here, he is more concerned about the job, about the maybe shift to another place, or maybe some business he starts and he invests in it and all that he does, but it doesn't work for him. In fact, he gets a lot of stress, and actually he puts everything into that business or that job, just the way the feminine had put all her everything, all her trust, all her love, all her belief into this man. Similarly, exactly in the same way, he's going to put everything into it, publicly, privately, personally. He's spending day and night working on it. It's like very hard, work that he puts into it. He puts his, just the way she gets corrupted by him, she willingly gets corrupted by him. Similarly, he also uses some corrupt measures, some wrong measures to get this dream and desire of his fulfilled. So he goes through immense guilt, because technically, when it comes to being a humanitarian or being a provider, he has some kind of a heart, which is not that bad, not that evil. But here, just to make the money or just to get that fame or recognition or whatever validation he's looking for, because feminine is doing whatever she did in the past with him was also for validation of love, validation of someone is there for me, affirmation of love, or some kind of yes, this person treats me so well, that's why I am lovable. She needed to get some proof of her being loved and validated, so she sort of thinks that he's gonna do it, so she puts everything into it only to get betrayed by him. Similarly, he puts everything into this business idea, into this job, or a karmic if there is one, though I'm not talking about it in this channeling. He puts everything into it. He gets corrupted out of it. He gets, by hook or by crook, how they say, by hook or by crook, I'm gonna get it. So, by hook or by crook does not work for him, and it's a really bad situation for him right now. He has lost a lot of money, just the way feminine lost a lot of time. She loses out on many things. He loses out on a lot of things. And after all this hard work, he's simply a big time failure, a big loser he feels. So this energy is going on in his life right now, and he's suffering mentally. A lot of mental agony, misery and pain he's suffering because of that. And guys and girls, for private sessions, for personal readings, you can check out the description box, and there is a PayPal link to it. If you want to get into a personal reading, then you can book a session using that PayPal link, and then you can write to me and let me know that you have done it, and then I'll get back to you in order to proceed with the reading. My only request to all the people who are getting into a private session is to not share your twin flame journey with me in advance. During the journey, if there is any question required, I'll ask you, and once we get the answers, then automatically we always end up discussing the journey. And many people have shared very interesting journeys with me, whatever they've gone through. So that's not a problem. The only thing is, when the reading starts or when a counseling session starts, initially, what we need is the question, and then with all our honesty, we want to give the answers. If we know everything in advance, then the reading will be very biased and it will not be accurate, and then that would be not a good thing. That would be a waste, right? So we don't want to do that. We want it to be solution oriented, honest, and very productive. And for therapies, my friends, all the information is there. The therapies are designed in such a way that you are able to remove your third party blocks, or you're able to transmutate love. Transmutate from anger to love, frustration to love, rage to love, agony to love, separation to love. Be all the negative feelings turn into positive feelings. And then most important thing is, in order to get your twin flame journey going, you need to remove all the trauma bonds, all the traumatic energy that exists in your system. And for that, you need to get aligned with your chakra. All your chakras, okay? And in order to get aligned with your chakras, you need to heal yourself. It's not the chakras that we heal. We heal the person, and then automatically the person will get aligned with the energy that's already there in the chakras. You get to get the benefits. You get to get the fruits. Otherwise, you don't get anything. You are vibrating on a very low frequency, very low dimension. And the chakras are vibrating in a very high dimension, very high frequency, okay? So on that note, I'm going to close this channeling session. Thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out.